with a resounding introduction. Now may I go home, please? Wow, what an event. You know, I lived a 3/4 century in my life. I have never seen such a great gala as I've seen tonight. And I want to congratulate KACF for the marvelous job you're doing. You're not taking it, you're giving to the community what you have received. This is what's important. I think a public service is a similar situation too. By the way, last September, I have arranged with my university where I used to teach and I received my PhD, University of Washington. We invited the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon and offered him an honorary doctorate. Before he received a doctorate, his speech says, 40 years ago, I applied for admission to University of Washington, and I was denied for lack of qualification. And 40 years later, here I am to receive an honorary doctorate. If this is not a blessing, I don't know what it was. And to me, I went to many Korean American functions. Never before have I witnessed such as this. Gathered together, not to take, but to give. That was most wonderful. I remember our pioneering way back in the early days, even back in the late 19th century to 20th century. You know who that is? Philip Jason. He too came to the United States, educated here. Then he decided to give back to the country he was educated, also by stressing about the independence of his homeland from the colonialism. And he did all this through diplomacy, kind words, and benevolence, and through believing in God. And this function tonight, epitome of a Philip Jason of a century ago. And you have displayed marvelous accomplishment here. And I'm so happy for you. And I don't know what to say. And all I can say is thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Organizations such as this, raising funds to help education, the health program, and those are handicapped, senior citizens. You know, I represent government. Those takes a lot of money. But here you are giving willingly on a volunteer system. This is an amazing surprise to me. I'm going to go back to the States and to teach my legislators about your principle you have. As a matter of fact, I have. You know, we are short of an education fund last session. So I offer Senate resolution, which goes something like this. Effective tomorrow, fellow Washingtonians will skip 1 meal a day. And savings from that money, donate to a college of their choice. It did not pass because in the legislature you cannot solicit contribution through resolution. So I was compromised, but you know, what can I say? To me, this country is amazing. How we came here, by the way, last May 7, I was invited by the Korean government to give a keynote address to a celebration of a 60th anniversary of the Korean War. And there are about 800 Korean War veterans from 16 different UN nations. They all assembled together. I don't know what to say. So this is what I say. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see me, I'm from the United States. But this body was made in Korea and recycled in the United States. And they laughed a lot. When I was here in 1950, this country, my motherland, was a very poor, fourth poorest country in the world. Today, because of sacrifice, your blood sacrifice, your giving, your service, Korea has become a number 12th highest economy in the world. And thank you, thank you. And for that, there was no dry eyes in the audience. The folks from the Philippines, from Denmark, from Canada, Australia, United States, all we wept and cried together in celebration. So this is the blessing we share today. And I feel this is a kind of a summary of what we've been doing in 20th century. So I feel 21st century, we do have a vision and a mission to go. Many people ask me, how did you come to the United States and become what you have? And what did you do to be so successful? But my word is one word, it's a blessing. I've been blessed so much. Yes, I was born in Korea 75 years ago. Unfortunately, during the Japanese occupation, my mother passed away when I was 4 years old. My father left me abandoned. I had no place to go. So at that age, I walked to Seoul train station, begging for food to stay alive. I thought about it many times. Why? Can you imagine a 6-year-old boy trying to survive in a cold winter time? In order to survive a winter, the reason, I think there are many ways you could think about the past, how you could make yourself go. One reason I've learned in Korea was that when I was 8 years old, anticipation of a winter coming, it's awfully cold. You freeze to death. So in order to prevent us from the freezing to death, I met a friend. I was 8 years old. His name is Jae-won, who was 9 years old. And we become best of friends. In the morning, we're carrying tin cans, go to different directions to beg for food. In the evening, we get together in train station. We share what we beg together. Nighttime comes, we cuddle together and sleep so we don't freeze to death. And Jae-won keeps saying to me, this is too much, I'm going to kill myself. Don't do that. If you do, what about me? I'll be left alone. Don't please do that. One day I returned from begging trip. I couldn't find my friend. I go into the gay waiting room outside. There is nowhere to be found. I walk up the platform where you catch a train. I look down. There Jae-won was laying by the train track. I went down there. His leg was broken, an arm was broken. He threw himself in a running train and killed himself. I grabbed his body. Don't you know you're the only friend I have? Why must you leave me? You promised you're going to stick together. Why? Cried, I don't know how long. That soon the Japanese police came. You know what they did? They threw his body into the truck and disappeared into yonder. At the time, 8-year-old little boy said, "You're a coward, Jae-won. You may be dead, but for me, no matter what happens, I'm not going to die. I'm going to do something for me, and I'll do something for you too, because you're my friend." That thought always kind of stay with me. Whenever I'm depressed and discouraged, I think about my friend, because I want to pay him back what he has lost in life. I think this is one of the things that made me what I am today. As a friend's the question. During the Korean War, I was lucky enough to working as a houseboy in an army base, and one of the soldiers took interest in me. Nighttime comes, I used to get lonely, cry a lot. One night after work was done, it's a full moon, and I don't know, I was emotionally choked up. I miss my mother who passed away. I didn't miss my father because I don't know where he went. He abandoned me. And I went up in the woods and started to cry. And when I opened my eyes, guess what? There's somebody standing before me. He says, "Why are you crying?" Tall American soldier. You can imagine how embarrassed I was. "Why are you crying?" I said, "Go away. I don't want to see you watch me crying." He said, "Why are you crying?" I said, "Go away." You know what he did? He came to me and hugged me so tight. He says, "I have 3 children in the United States. When they cry, it hurts me inside. I want to know why you cried." That hug became, again, beginning of my life. He became my adopted father. I was 16 years old when I was adopted. Came to the United States at 18. And there, and since I have never gone to school education, I started with the ABCs.